DenseAir is committed to addressing digital equity in partnership with cities, sharing infrastructure, sharing ideas and innovations, and that commitment to serving all communities. I'm Brenna Berman, the Executive Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at DenseAir. I've worked with cities for over 25 years at the intersection of technology and innovation, helping them solve some of their biggest challenges. I joined DenseAir because of their innovative approach to wireless networks and their commitment to solving the digital divide. Connectivity is critical in today's world because it enables all of the services from education, employment, and healthcare that we all rely on in our lives day to day. Digital equity is the notion that every person in a community has equitable access to data and digital tools in their everyday lives. Residents now expect to be able to do the same things they can do with their bank when they engage with their cities. And connectivity is a critical aspect of innovation and creativity which drives city economies. There's a number of barriers to digital equity that have to be addressed to make sure everyone can access the internet. One of the first is the status of our infrastructure here in the US. There's a number of places in the country where there simply isn't the broadband or physical infrastructure necessary to be online the way people need to be. It's expensive to fix that. There's also policy barriers, right? Some cities are taking a very forward-looking perspective around the digital divide and treating connectivity just like any other critical utility like water or electricity. Some other cities are really not focused on it in the same way, and that lack of a forward-looking policy around connectivity can make it hard to address some of the other challenges like the cost of infrastructure. At the same time, there's some good news on the forefront that means that today is the day to solve this problem. One is the increasing federal funding to the tune of billions of dollars to address the lack of connectivity infrastructure across the country. There's also changing policies where cities are beginning to focus on digital access as a utility that's required for people to live full lives in their cities. The old way of deploying networks was expensive, time-consuming, and disruptive. Each provider had to build their own separate infrastructure, driving up cost and disruption to city life. DenseAir does things differently. We build infrastructure once that can be shared by multiple providers, driving down the cost and time to deployment. Our analytics application, DenseWare, allows us to analyze a community and understand where the weak spots in the current network are so that we're only deploying new infrastructure exactly where it's needed to enhance the service to the community. We deploy our small cells on existing infrastructure. This drives down cost and allows providers to provide service in areas that would have been commercially unviable in the past. What DenseAir brings to the partnership with cities is the innovative technology to deploy affordable, fast networks across communities. What we look for from cities in those partnerships is access to assets, policies that help us work quickly and easily in urban environments, and a shared commitment to solving the digital divide both through infrastructure and skills development for communities. DenseAir is part of Sidewalk Infrastructure Partners' portfolio and the anchor of its Ko-Fi platform, which is focused on addressing the digital divide through shared infrastructure and connectivity.